Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lorraine, and my nickname is Rainey. You can call me Rainey. Today's video is long overdue. I have struggled with having something to really talk about, but now I do have something to talk about. I'm turning 70 in just a few days, and I know it's a bit of a shocker because behind these eyes, I'm still a teenager and trying to figure things out. I do have a little more wisdom that I've accumulated over time, but I'm still a work in progress. And so I wanted to discuss a couple of just ideas, things that I have tried to implement in my life that make this growing older thing just a little bit easier. And so let me get my paper. Hold on, I made some notes. So the first thing that I wanted to discuss was not dwelling on past regrets if you can. I know that for me, I have a lot of past regrets, and I hauled them around like a big burden, like this big sack of all kinds of things, and it gets heavy. And for me, I needed to find a way to let go of it. And of course, I am a woman of faith, and so I turn to prayer and also accepting the grace that God has given me. So I have been able to let go of a lot of those past regrets. And also, I made some changes recently. Almost a year ago, I moved from where I had lived a long time in upstate New York to live near one of my sons in Vermont. And so that leads me to number two, what you might be able to do to move forward in your life as you're aging and find the joy that you deserve. So the second one is to think about whether you're blooming where you are planted. Now, I was planted in New York, upstate New York, where my sons were raised, and they both went to college and did not move back home. So I lived there for a long time working, and then when I finally retired, it was a moment when I needed to say, okay, do I have the life that I want here in place? Am I blooming where I've planted myself, or where I was planted, or do I need to make some changes? And so there were a lot of things that came into the decision to finally move, but for me it became necessary, just for a lot of reasons. And so I did sell my home in New York and moved to Vermont almost a year ago now. It took a while to adjust, which I'll get into in at another time. But all in all, my life is better, and I'm blooming more here than I did back there. There are a lot of reasons for that. I take responsibility for a lot of it. You know, I always tell my sister that I realize that I am a little bit of a pessimist, and in the Winnie the Pooh story, I'm Eeyore. You know, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And so I need to let go of that pessimistic attitude, and that would surely make changes and adjustments in life easier. And you know they're going to come, especially as you get older. Changes and adjustments are coming. And if you're younger and you're watching this, they're coming for you too. And if you can move through them with a good attitude, that will go a long way to making your life more harmonious, enjoyable, filled with light, so that you can share it in the world that you live in. So that's number two. And then the third thing that, sorry, itchy nose. The third thing that I have focused on, I'm a creative person. I paint and draw and whatnot. And so I'm always trying to learn something new. I was a watercolor artist for many years. I still do watercolor, but I'm trying to teach myself oils. I'm trying to teach myself acrylics. And where I live here in Vermont, there are a lot of offerings that you can go find places to learn pottery, and they have an art group here that's very active with all kinds of classes that happen. It's a way to interact with people, and it's a way to learn new things. If you're not a creative, you can, I actually got a library card at the library in Clarendon where I did the mural, and I've been checking out books, and some are not my cup of tea, so I'm like, okay, I'm not committed to this book, but so I'm gonna take it back and get something that I'm gonna really enjoy. Right now I'm reading through some of the John Grisham novels, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm learning something in the process. So reading, if you're a gardener and you're getting older and the big yard and gardens are much to take. I'm in an apartment now, and I had a lovely, well, I don't know if I'd call it lovely. I actually did kill the petunias, so for a while it was lovely, but I had these pots filled with flowers on my porch, and it was enough. I love the gardening, and it was enough having a porch garden. So there are just lots of ways that you can embrace these years of being a senior. Hey, and let's face it, 10% discounts in some places. And some lately, when I went to Burger King recently, they applied my 10% senior discount without saying, "Are you a senior?" So I'd have to say that I've crossed the bridge. Anyway, I wanted to show you this next little bit is one of the acrylic paintings that I recently finished. Acrylics are not my favorite medium, but I pushed through and finished this one finally. And I took just screenshots of the progress, and so there's no video. You wouldn't want to watch me paint that video. It was pretty bad. Over and over, I went over and over things many times, but it's finally finished. And so we're gonna go for a ride first, and we're gonna do a little road trip over to the location where I found this inspiration. So get your coat, it's chilly out. Let's get going. So here we go. We are on Middle Road. It is a road that runs parallel to the main highway, Route 7. And it's a really beautiful spot. There's some farms and some horse farms and residences. And right now in Vermont, we're just past peak. It really wasn't very colorful this season. We had a drought all summer long, and that, I believe, has affected the colors that we're seeing now. Every now and then you'll get this beautiful, flaming, lively color, but for the most part it was pretty subdued. The nice thing about painting is you can paint the same location in each season, and it's drastically different. You can see now that the leaves have come off the trees. That one farm that was hidden is now exposed, and it's just lovely. I do enjoy doing short road trips, and I haven't ventured very far from home, unfortunately, but I intend to get some courage up and start to ride the roads here in Vermont and see what I can find. This was a lovely find. I really enjoyed the drive and then the painting. Although with acrylics, I'm still learning. It's a bit of a challenge, and so I would block things in and then paint over things. And you can see I made a correction there with that little cluster of 3 trees. They were a little too tall. And I lost that farm that was tucked behind that big tree. I had to go recapture that later on. And you can see I actually removed the silos and so forth, and I will go back later and put them back in. It did take some time, but overall I'm satisfied that it's finished. I learned a lot, and hoping the next one will be easier. I wanted to thank you for watching this video. If you've stuck with me to the end, you're a real trooper. I'd love to hear any comments that you might have. Please be kind. Remember, I'm a senior citizen. Thanks for watching. Till next time, be creative.